Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be going over Kaspa. It's a very popular coin across social media as well as YouTube, and I think there's a lot of interest in this asset, and rightfully so. I think Kaspa is an absolute fantastic project. I think there's a lot of upside and potential to occur in the longer term for Kaspa. So just some quick technical analysis for you guys. As you guys have already seen from my previous videos, I like to keep my technical analysis TA very simple and straightforward. I think simplicity in these markets are key, without over analyzing. So to get started, this is the weekly time frame. Since inception, obviously the coin has done absolute amazing. I mean, I know it's unlikely that people have bought around here, but we've done around, looks like 11,000%. But obviously this was when it was just when it first got launched, and it was nowhere near as popular as now. So ever since we've had this parabolic move to the upside from October 2023 to, let's say, Feb 2024, we have been in this consolidation range, and just, yeah, literally just been ranging ever since. This whole range, the whole of 2024 has been quite boring, to say, for Casper. We have been making new highs, but yeah, so we have been making new highs from here, constant new highs, and holding these swing lows. But yeah, I think a lot of people are getting bored, and however, I'm not so worried, and I can tell you exactly why. I think the fact that we have been accumulating for a year, a expansive or a massive move to the upside is literally just, it's I think it's coming. It's definitely coming. So I drew a zone around this area. So as you can see, this area, we have had one, two, three, four, five touch points in this resistance. So what I would say is, the next time we approach this resistance, there is a high likelihood that we will actually break through and start um, a similar move like this. So back in October 2023, we made a 250%, and if you're taking the next high, about 340%. So I think once we do approach this area again, we should be able to break through, as the more we tap into resistance, the weaker the resistance gets. So we've already had like 5 touch points here. So the next time it comes here, there's a high chance that we will actually break through and go into price discovery. So yeah, I think we just have to see now. We've already made some recovery if we go onto the daily. Yeah, so let's go back onto the cursor. Okay, so I was actually anticipating for Casper to do something like this. So come down and sweep the lows and then resume to the upside, but it looks like it's not done that. So I think buying in red days like this, or yeah, around here, you can't go wrong at all, because if you're constantly waiting for lows to be swept before purchasing, which could very well happen. I mean, you know, even though Casper has recovered quite, yeah, well, a little bit from these lows, about 14-15%. We could always come back down. This could be a fake out. Come back down, sweep these lows, and then resume to the upside. The reason why I was initially thinking that these lows would be swept is because there's a lot of liquidity here. As you can see, price has not dropped below this low or any of these lows. So this massive drop, I was anticipating that Casper would sweep liquidity from these lows, but yeah, it decided to not do it. I mean, it could still happen, but that's why expect the unexpected, but also understand that we are in a bull run. I mean, if we just zoom out, this is clearly an uptrend, unless the bear market starts tomorrow and we and we do something like this, then I mean that would be reflected across the board. So I think the future is bright for Casper, and I think the fact that we have been ranging, I really think um, a move like this is very likely for Casper. Yeah, a move like this going to from here, very much possible, very much possible. I have personally, I have opened a long around these areas, even around here, and I'm still in those trades. I was like I said, I was expecting for these lows to be swept, but yeah, we didn't get that. So yeah, I think just huddle really, just hold the asset. I mean, this is a great asset. It's if we let's go on to Twitter. Okay, so the Casper bull is going over the rainbow chart for Casper, which shows that it's following a power law of some sort, and is saying that the fair value is around 40 cents. So the price right now is just under 13 cents. So yeah, fair value is 14 cents and is the most undervalued asset, which I 100% agree. And the next leg up starts, I expect Casper to rocket to 60 to 80. So I do have the power law also open. So from my understanding, the power law, it's this kind of rainbow trajectory or kind of pattern that a asset class can follow, and sometimes it can deviate below the bands of the rainbow. So as you can see here, when it first got created, we have deviated from the rainbow, but we've always kind of bounced in and out this rainbow pattern ever since, really. And there's been slight deviations where it leaves the kind of the rainbow band, but we've always re-entered and continued the trend. However, recently price has been kind of deviating from the power law. I think it's fine to look up charts like this, but I think the asset class is still quite young for us to really accept that it's strictly following a power law. I think maybe another year or two of price action for Casper would show us that it is in fact following a power law of some sort. The only asset class from my or asset from my knowledge is Bitcoin that has followed a power law. Every other altcoin hasn't really had a power law. It's always just been crazy moves to the upside and crazy move to the downside. However, with Casper, it's a little different. We are deviating right now, and I think if the power law holds any sort of credibility, we must regain the power law and go back into these bands. So if you see here, so green is fair price. So fair price for Casper is 32 cents, and that's basically fair value for the market, which I still think is relatively quite cheap for Casper, especially with what it does. And the top band, yeah, about 80 cents, yeah, which is sell now. So I would potentially be taking profits around, yeah, getting fair price, yeah, all the way to sell now. That's where I'll be taking profits if this rainbow chart is obviously of any use. It's just one indicator that we use of many, of course. So yeah, I think there's a great future ahead with Casper. Their Twitter page, it's got about 237,000 followers. It is increasing in interest, and I did do a let's have a look. Fair launch and the tokenomics. So with Casper, it was a completely fair launched coin with no insiders getting early investments into the project, which means it's less likely for it to be rugged or substantial drops to the downside. And if we go back to the chart, the price actually reflects that. We have seen obviously ups and downs, but we haven't seen anything crazy where it's just continuously going to the upside or continuously just dropping. It's a very healthy chart. It's boring, but it's very healthy. So I think just hold on. I think definitely just hold on. So it's we have had some recovery similar to the other coins across the market as well. So it's a matter of time. I think it's really a matter of time. We are approaching. There are some resistance levels here. I can see there's a probably not the strongest, but we can see a supply zone here. We can see a more of a high probability supply zone here. So these are the next levels to watch. A lot of fair value gap here, so these I can see these potentially getting filled. But even if this is a fake out to the upside and we do resume to the downside before we go back up again, I think that's absolutely still healthy, because like I said, this white line here, there's a lot of liquidity here where buyers are still in their trades. You know, if they're holding with leverage, a lot of purchases around here. So I wouldn't really be surprised if this was a fake out and then it sweep to lows. But what I would like to see is a wick. So on the weekly, I would like to see a quick wick. So if this drop did happen to the downside, it should be a quick wick and then continuing back to the upside. However, that's obviously doesn't need that. It doesn't need to happen. So just be ready for um, a trend continuation. So yeah, I mean, I'll continuously update with on Kaspa, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And if you have any comments, feel free to drop it on the video below. So yeah, see you soon.